Obesity has affected my life probably since the day I was born. I was born into a very large family. The entire family is obese, mother, father, brother, sister, everybody. And as long as I can remember, probably since 5 years old, I battled obesity. I can remember in elementary school, one of my teachers taking me when I was in 5th grade, saying, "What are you doing to yourself? You know, you're getting bigger and bigger." And I can remember back to that 5th grade, and it just never got easier. I still battle it today. While I didn't suffer from any comorbidities, I know they were coming. I was very lucky, and I knew that if I didn't decide to change my life when I did, I knew sooner or later I was going to pay the price for the abuse I gave myself. There was a time there when I was at my largest weight of 650 pounds that I became very withdrawn. I was not going out anywhere. I avoided many, many good friends. I became very disconnected, and I was not as social as I used to be. I was slowly withdrawing and just allowing myself to go off by myself. People think I'm nuts when I say this, but I was pretty lucky. I had 4 very traumatic life experiences hit me over a 2-year period. I had cancer. I had my significant other leave me for someone else. My father passed away, and I had a very severe cellulitis infection. And all of a sudden, it's like the switch went off. I said it was time. And I spent a good 2 years losing weight. I peaked at 651.6 on September 10th, 2005. And I managed to lose 200 pounds on my own because I guess fear hit me, or reality set in, and I was able to focus. But all of a sudden, the switch went back the other way. And that's when I realized I needed more help, and I raised my hand and said, "Please help me." And I actually searched out the good doctor here. So that's when I decided. Unfortunately, not long enough. I researched every other way out there, from Weight Watchers to Nutrisystem to the Miracle vegetable diet to Atkins, and all of those. Hey, great, they did short term, let me lose 20 pounds, 30 pounds, but I always put 10 more back on than I lost. And all of a sudden I saw this guy on television every day on the cable channels, right? Dr. Ahmad. And what was really cool was when you speak to somebody, you can just tell if they're real. And you could tell the man spoke from his heart and was doing the right thing, and that's when I decided to research the weight loss surgery. And I finally, it was time to reach out. And I actually went to a seminar in Riverhead at the Hilton and met him there. I'm a pretty good judge of character, and I could read people pretty quickly, and I know this man had my best interest in his heart, even though he didn't know me yet. And the fact his track record, speaks for itself. My concern obviously being I was so big with my life, right? And my understanding was that he never had any casualties. So to me, it made sense to go with that guy. I think it's very important to hear what others have gone through and what the experts say. I always give an example of, if I don't know how to paint a house, why am I going to tell a painter how to paint a house? Right, just like this surgery, right? I don't know what I'm walking into, so I may as well go to the experts that already did it. And by hearing their stories and what they went through, and now knowing what they were talking about, just listening to somebody that talks from their heart like those people did, just helps you, guide you the right way. So I think that's so critical to set yourself up for success. Speak to others as much as you can, and that's also the first step in admitting, hey, I need help. You can't do it on your own. You have to go and get support and say, hey, I need help. I chose the bypass surgery, and the reason I did that, and obviously I spoke to the doctor about what would be best for me, but I am just give me sugar, okay? Give me sweets, give me ice cream. And I knew that this surgery would cause me not to be able to ingest as much of that stuff as I used to. If I chose a lap band, let's say, I knew I could still drink my calories and eat ice cream and all that stuff, and I still would. But the fact that I chose bypass simply was because I knew it would control my sugar intake for the rest of my life. What I found was the friends that I would consider that had their lives in order, who were healthy, who were progressing and growing as people every day, were the ones that supported me. The ones that had no control over themselves and the ones that were going down the same path I was said, "What are you doing that for? You're going to get hurt, or it's going to, that's crazy. I hear this story or that story about people getting hurt." Well, those friends, amazingly enough, are not there today because my life's moving forward now. And I'm glad that I had while they were all good friends, my friends that were moving forward, I'm glad I went with that route because they still support me today. Amazingly enough, I had to make myself eat. I was shocked. I mean, I had no problem eating anything before, and I had to make myself take in food and stuff to drink because I had absolutely no desire to eat anything. Any craving I had, any desire to pig out or do my old habits were gone. I was just shocked. It doesn't seem real because you've battled weight loss your entire life, and you had so many weeks where you did everything you could. You lose a pound or lose 2 pounds. You're like, you gotta be kidding me. I worked way too hard. And to lose 17 pounds my first weigh-in after surgery, I was shocked. I just couldn't believe how quick the weight fell off me initially. It was amazing. Most everybody were in shock. I mean, I remember seeing my friend Steven's girlfriend like 3 or 4 months afterwards, and her initial reaction was, "Oh my God." She couldn't believe the difference so quick. What's happened for me is I've actually gained a tremendous amount of closeness from a lot of friends. I've gotten a lot of support, but I've also, got to be honest with you, I've had some friends that have just fallen by the wayside because I'm growing now as a person. My life's getting better daily, and they're not going for that ride yet. And when they do, I'll be there for them, but not until they're ready. And the reaction's been amazing. Even not more than friends, work. I'm doing more things at work now than I've ever done, and people are shocked that I could do it. I'm facilitating classes, I'm teaching, and I couldn't do that before. So they love it. Everybody loves it. I do notice people treating me differently, and that's what's shocking. I'm still the same person, but amazingly enough, some people are jealous. I've changed the way I am, and I'm going in a really good direction. And I have some people that are saying, "Oh, look, he's so cocky," or "Oh, look, he's this way now." But it's not true. I'm just enjoying life. And I will, share my experience with anybody I can going forward to help them enjoy life. But also on the positive, I've actually interacted with a lot of people who I thought were much further above me than they really were. Like my interactions, I'm just surrounding myself with a better group of people now, which is great. Physical changes, while physical changes took effect pretty quickly, it took me a really long time to get used to them because the weight was coming off so fast, my balance was off. Like I'd go to try to play racquetball, for instance. Now, at 650 pounds, couldn't play racquetball. But now I play 2 hours every week, in one shot. But it took a good 6 months for me to just get my balance under me because it was going so fast. So those physical changes were happening quick. But what was really cool, for maybe 10 years straight, whenever I flew, I'd have to buy 2 seats on an airplane. And I would pay, I went to the Dominican Republic for a wedding. I had to pay $1,600 for a flight because I had 2 seats. Well, now I get in 1 seat. And I use the regular seat belt. I don't need the seat belt extender. And it's just an amazing feeling, that difference. I can, physical changes. I back in that picture that you see, when I weighed 650 pounds, I could maybe walk 10 feet with a walker. Well, I just ran my first 5K 3 weeks ago. So physical changes, yeah, that's a wonderful thing. But as far as, it just enables you to do everything better. I can function with my son again. I can go, I played softball again. These are things I can do again that I couldn't do before. So physical changes, About 6 months after surgery, I started realizing them, even though they were already there. And then it took me a little while just to figure them all out again. I'm relearning everything I used to do as a kid. I have a really, really good friend who lives in Florida named Erica. And I can remember us going into a pizza place to get something for lunch. And all they had was booths. And I had to look at her in the face and say, listen, I can't eat here. She goes, why? I said, well, because I can't sit in that booth. And that's so embarrassing. I can also remember going out to dinner with a bunch of people from work, and we went into a restaurant that only had chairs with arms. And they had to go back to the store I was working in and get a chair without arms so I could sit down and have dinner with them. So these physical changes, awesome. There is absolutely nothing but positive things I can say about that staff. Once I was able to realize myself that I needed help, there's not one single person in this group that wouldn't help me. I mean, I had support daily if I needed it before surgery. I had support daily after surgery. Nurses and people came in to see me 5 or 6 times a day in the hospital. I could have them in there 24 hours if I wanted to. My follow-ups in the office have been incredible. The nutrition team is wonderful. try to go every 2 to 3 weeks, still get weighed in and just talk, because it creates accountability, and they will listen to me every time I come in, no problem. It's not, what was most impressive is that while the office is very busy, you still feel like they take the time to talk to you and that you're an individual that's very important to them in the office. So it's been great. I not only would recommend Dr. Ahmad for any weight loss surgery, I would put the person in my car and drive them here. Okay, because the care and the hand-holding and whatever you need, they give you. And they will guide you through the whole way. You just have to break down the barriers and say, okay, I trust you. Here you are. Please help me. And when you do that, it's no sweat, easy. I'd probably say many things if I thought about it for a while, but the one that comes to the top of mind, if you truly want to get your old life back and do the things you used to do when you were younger and do the things you want to do with your children, with your significant other, with your friends, this is the way to go. There is no quick fix. There's no diet out there that's going to maintain it for you forever. We all know, we've all done them our whole lives. The true way to fix it is to have your surgery, and then is the aftercare. You can't just walk away from it after that. You have to keep it top of mind so you remain accountable to your actions. And that's where, go back to that other question, where, how's the staff? That's where the staff comes in, because it's okay to go to them and say, hey, I need you. And if you want to just live again or live a longer life, have this surgery. Take as much time as you need to finally decide that you're going to do it, and then once you make that decision, go at it full force. Don't give up on it. Tell more people that you're doing it, and tell them to help hold you accountable to yourself. That's what I did, and it finally worked.